Hello. In this video tutorial, we will look at providing your reader with the ability to download or to view files, both online and offline. We will also deal with the ability to provide information buttons within your digital magazine. Now, this may be useful for providing information that's not necessary for everybody, but perhaps in a situation where you may be introducing terms that a reader is unfamiliar with, you may provide them information as further background information there. We also want to be able to provide our end reader with the ability to give us feedback, so we are interested in their comments. Okay, let's get started. We're going to deal with 4 different icons in the interactive panel under the Design tab. Firstly, the Download button. Then we have immediately underneath it the Open File button, and this will be available to readers in offline view only. Then we have the Comments button, where we allow our end readers to leave us feedback. And finally, the Information button. As you can see here on my magazine, I've already inserted each of these buttons onto the magazine back page. Let's have a look at each. The Download button, which is selected and inserted simply by clicking the area where you'd like it to appear. As we've done with many others before, we select Hotspot or Button and we simply add the web address. This is essentially the same functionality as a web link button. However, the button itself is different and the user knows that if they click here, they're going to have to download, or they have the ability to download a file. Let's just look at the properties of the one that I have inserted. This is a type button. The web address is taking them to our area on our main website where we have our ebooks. We can provide some rollover text to appear to the end user before they click on the button, or this might be more useful if it was inserted as a hotspot instead of a button. And then we have the ability with the button to rotate it on the screen at a specific angle if we choose to do so. So that's the download. And that's useful if your reader is online and they can click out to a web page in which to see that file. However, not everybody will be reading your magazine online all of the time. And for those readers who will have apps with the ability to read the magazine offline, then you'll choose this option instead, which is your Download Open File button. Open File button does tell you in the hover text that it is for offline only. So, similar to before, let's just look at the properties on the one that I've added. It's a type button. The file is actually a PowerPoint presentation that I've selected from my browser. Okay, and it's a PowerPoint giving an overview of the new features available in 6.2 of our software. You can provide all the usual options, rollover text, and you can rotate the button at an angle on screen if you choose to do so. Okay, so those are the 2 options to give your readers the ability to grab other files. So for example, it could be Excel spreadsheets with financial reports, it could be PowerPoint presentations, or it could be Word documents, anything of that nature. And whatever device that your reader is using, that device will use the app to open those files. The next thing I'd like to look at is the Information button, which is the eye icon here on the interactive panel. So we've added our Information button. We've presented it as a button because it's quite obvious as the eye. We've given it a title, and then we present the text that we'd like to have the reader view. We have the ability within the text to have a call to action, if you like, by inserting a web link, for example, a hyperlink within the text itself. So you simply type in the word and then the link on the web that you'd like them to move to, which is what I've done here. I've put in the text. A webinar is an online tutorial where we demonstrate how to create a magazine from scratch, and then click here if you would like to register now, and that will take them out to a page where they can register for our webinar. Again, the advanced options are available at the bottom of the screen. Clicking OK there. And last but not least, let's have a look at our Comments button. Now, it is important that you try to have areas within your digital magazine where your end reader can give you feedback on the magazine. So, a comment button simply has the ability to be either a hotspot area or a button. By using the subject line, you will be able to then group all of the incoming emails to the given email address to collect feedback on that specific brochure or publication or magazine edition. Again, advanced options are available as before, and we simply click OK. Okay, so let's build our magazine to see those changes applied to the online version and also to the offline version of the magazine. Now, today, to illustrate the offline version, I'm going to build it as a Mac/PC standalone version. Okay, but otherwise, I would disable that option for the online edition and just select Build. Okay, let's look at our online edition first. So all of the changes we made were on the back page of the publication. Now, the first thing that you notice is that we don't have access to the file where we can open a file offline. We do have access to the download button. And you see the rollover text appearing. Click here to download our ebooks. If I select that option as an end reader, it brings me to my ebook page where they can proceed to download any of the digital publishing guides. Okay, so we know that works. Here is our information button. An end reader experience. They're presented with the extra information in a little pop-up panel on screen. If they do choose the call to action, it will bring them to the designated web page where they can register for that webinar. And our third option here is our comments button. Again, you can see the feedback for the end reader. We're interested in your feedback, so click on the comments button and it prompts me for a name, the email address, and the reader can type in a message. And so on. Submit that information and then they get a confirmation that the comment has been successfully sent. Now let's look at our offline edition. Remember, for the offline edition, I have to select Mac PC Standalone, and I'm going to disable my FTP option so that it doesn't upload onto the website. Okay, so this is creating a standalone edition for me, and it will promptly open the magazine in standalone mode. And I'm presented with the option to view this offline. And here we are. Let's move again to the back page for the publication. And in this edition, you see that we do have the open file icon appear to the end reader. And if I click on this file, it opens the PowerPoint presentation for me promptly and gives me the PowerPoint that I inserted, which was, as I mentioned, the features of version 6.2. Okay, so just to recap, I showed you how to insert a button to allow the reader to download your books while they are online. I gave you the ability to insert a file where they could view a PowerPoint, an Excel, a Word document, or any other file offline. I showed you how to use the information button, and I showed you how to enable your readers when they're online to provide feedback within the magazine. That concludes this video tutorial. Thank you for watching.